I awoke to the smell of smoke. I leapt from my dormitory bed. I must have cried out because the other girls were all sitting up and looking at me with alarm. "Fire!" I breathed. "Hurry!" "Another one?" asked Dora, darting to the window and flinging back the curtain. "I can't see anything." Hilda, though slower to rise, was the first to perceive my mistake. "Don't open it, Dora. You'll only let more smoke in. It must still be from yesterday." Fragments of the prior afternoon started to pierce through my confusion. "It's all right, Lil. It's just smoke in the air." Hilda guided me to the large dormer window so I could see for myself. "The wind must have blown it back our way." I rubbed my eyes with both hands, willing them into focus. I was sure I'd heard someone calling out for help. The wail of an infant? "It's all right, Lil," repeated Hilda. "Come on, I'll open the window for you, but just for a few seconds. You'll see." The shrill thrum of cicadas entered the room. Though their song of summer was both loud and comforting, my nostrils continued to twitch. Sensing the danger that no one else could perceive, I forced myself to breathe in the smoke-filled air and peered down through the weak blue light of dawn, looking not only at the grounds outside the convent's main school building, but also at the Rose Bay bushland encircling it. The scene was just as it should be for this time of morning. Sister Harris was carrying a bucket of kitchen scraps towards the hen house, Mrs. Spicer was watering her geraniums, her husband was carting firewood across the yard, and the sun was just coming up over 2 steamers crossing paths on the grey-blue harbour below. I turned to my best friend and sighed pitifully. Hilda eased the window shut and gently led me back to bed. "Close your eyes a few more minutes, Lil. It's nearly time for morning prayers anyway." The other girls groaned, pulling their sheets over their heads in protest. I lay in my bed, ashamed and still trembling, while Hilda stilled any further complaints. The dormitory became quiet once more. Now the window had been opened, the air was even more acrid than before, and shutting my eyes only made it worse. I blinked a few times and tried to think. There had been a bushfire yesterday. It was not just another one of my bad dreams, not this time. Nor was it the first fire I had experienced in my 8 years living at Sacred Heart. This one, thankfully, was only small. The fire must have started somewhere nearby, but before it could spread anywhere near the school buildings, Mr. Spicer and the other men had succeeded in driving it down to the water's edge, where it put itself out, leaving only a narrow line of blackened bush in its trail and a pervasive smell in the air. My breathing began to slow down as my mind finally accepted that the danger had passed. Though modest in size, our resident fire brigade was well practised and prided itself on the efficiency with which these occasional small summer fires could be extinguished. According to school folklore, however, it was God himself who had kept the convent safe right from the start. We had all heard the story of how Reverend Mother Salmon and the others had miraculously fought off the Great Fire of 1888 using the power of their devotional garments, a bizarre claim meant to be proven by the fact of Mother Moran's perfectly intact scapula being found among the ashes. Quite how they had stopped the flames was unclear. Nevertheless, when I was younger, I too had faithfully accepted this account, taking comfort from the idea that nothing could harm me here. Inevitably, though, as the years passed and my reasoning matured, I came to ask myself why God had not intervened to keep my own family safe during our time of need. Perhaps God's protection could only be earned through unwavering faith. But then what of my baby sister? Surely no one could blame baby Edie for lacking faith.